should see a little message that this is being recorded. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and we have two kind of portions of this information session today. So we're going to start with some information about AMU. I'll pass the mic to two of our representatives from AMU who are here, Andrea and Sandra, who are going to share about the opportunities for exchange at Aix-Marseille Université, AMU, which is located in the south of France. And then we also have a student here, Malingo, who studied at AMU last spring, and we'll give her a little bit of time at the end to share about her experience there and hopefully answer any questions that students who are on this call may have about the experience. So with that, I'll go ahead and pass the mic so that Andrea, you can go ahead and share this presentation that you've prepared for us.
Hello everybody. We're excited to present you Aix-Marseille University and give you all useful information to know what to expect during your stay. So my name is Sandra Del Mercato. I work at the International Relations Office at Aix-Marseille University as the International Partnerships Manager for the USA. I'm here with my colleague Andrea Mario. She's the International Mobility Coordinator for Americas and Australia. We'll be leading the webinar together. We have lots of helpful information to share with you, and you'll be able to ask all your questions at the end of the presentation if you wish to. So Aix-Marseille University is the biggest French-speaking university in the world. In the last Shanghai ranking, we are in the top 8 French universities and the top 200 worldwide. We bring together 17 faculties and schools, covering almost every field you can think of. With more than 1,100 degrees, around 80,000 students, and 5 main campuses, we are, well, let's say, big. And we offer pretty much everything you could dream of for your studies. Well, almost everything, I admit. So Aix-Marseille benefits from an outstanding and very attractive location. We are located in the heart of Provence in south of France and in a region called Région Sud, between sea and mountains. It is well connected to Paris, the country's capital, 3 hours by train, 1 hour by plane. And it is also located in the heart of Mediterranean Europe, approximately 2 hours by plane from main European and Mediterranean capitals. AMU is present in 4 departments. It has 5 campuses, and main ones are in Aix-en-Provence and Marseille. With more than 300 days of sunshine per year, our university is, with its countryside, the funniest metropolitan area in France. As you can see sorry, Andrea, as you can see on the slide, the last slide, we have an impressive geographical footprint with almost 58 sites across 9 cities, and the main ones, as I said, are in Aix and Marseille.
So, we have our campuses in Aix-en-Provence and in Marseille. The main campuses in Aix-en-Provence are for the faculties of arts, language, and the faculty of political science and law. So Aix is a lively university. It's normally 1 of 4 residents is under 25 years. So there are a lot of students in Aix-en-Provence. It's a city with elegant architecture. It's very sunny, and we have a really important cultural life. And it's really, really, really a high quality of life here in Aix-en-Provence. We're just 30 minutes from Marseille, So it's really easy to go to Marseille by bus or by train. And we have a peaceful environment. It's really safe here. And we have easy access to international networks and Mediterranean dynamism. So Aix is not only beautiful, it's also one of France's more attractive cities for students and researchers. In Aix-en-Provence, you will find lots of coffees, restaurants, cultural activities, and a lot of events all the year. The city center, it's really beautiful. It's easy to walk around, and the transport works fine. So you can find charming streets, markets, everything's close by. It's really safe and pleasant for students. And it's the kind of place where you can easily balance study and enjoying the daily life. Marseille is the oldest city and is one of the most diverse cities in France. We have more than 150 nationalities, and there is a lot of different cultures. So it's the leading port in France. We have a really important hub for trade, tech, innovation. As Sandra said, we have more than 300 days of sunshine a year. So Marseille is a beautiful and vibrant city, but it's important to keep in mind that it's much bigger than Aix and it's more diverse. So it can feel quite different from what you are used to. And while many areas are perfectly safe around the university, around the campuses, and main neighborhoods, you should be a bit more cautious at night, for example. We have like a really big multicultural environment, and in Aix-en-Provence and in Marseille, it's a region that it's full of natural beauty, culture, and interesting places to visit. So if you like, if you are more like who love culture and history, there are many museums, historic sites, festivals in Aix and Marseille. If you're more like activities outdoors, like sailing, cycling, kayak climbing, you can do it also. There are local food that is really delicious, like bouillabaisse, cheeses, wines, and we are a region that offers like everything: nature, culture, fun, activities, history. So you can enjoy beaches, mountains, everything is in the region. This is, I don't know, I lived, for example, before in Paris and now in Aix-en-Provence, near Aix-en-Provence, and for me it's the best region here in France. We have a large international community, so more than 80% of our students are from non-European countries. Each year we welcome about 3,500 new international students. So maybe one of you from 80 different countries. So we hope to have you here next year, maybe.
So Aix-Marseille University is a multidisciplinary university too. There are many English taught courses available to exchange students, especially in English studies, economics and management, digital media and communication, sciences and engineering. The academic calendar is divided into 2 semesters. The 4th semester starts at the end of August with the welcome week for international students, and it ends in December. And sometimes the examination period may be extended until January, notably for the Faculty of Arts and Humanities. Spring semester starts on January until the end of May. And for academics, fourth-year undergraduate exchange students can attend courses from the first year of master program at our university. So we can make a focus now on different faculties at our university. The first one is the Faculty of Economics and Management. It offers a wide range of courses in English. It's spread over 4 campuses in Marseille, Arles, and Gap. And there's a brand new one in Aix-en-Provence, who is called La Pioliane, which is very friendly and modern. English courses are taught in economics, finance, and management from bachelor to master levels. And there are 2 full tracks in English available, the Bachelor of Economics and Management and the Master in Economics and Econometrics. This is for the Faculty of Economics. Afterwards, we have got an Aix-Marseille IAE called Graduate School of Management. It is located in Aix-en-Provence, and it has an EQUIS label. It offers several Master of Sciences programs taught in English, which are open to exchange students. First year of Master of Sciences in Management, second year of Master of Sciences in International Business, International Finance, Marketing and Brand Management, Entrepreneurship and Innovation, and to an International Business. There are some prerequisites for each, but on the whole, students must have a background in the discipline they wish to attend, and a minimum GPA is asked for the Graduate School of Management. Afterwards, we'll see about the Faculty of Science. It has 9 departments spread over in Aix and Marseille. First year is attended in Aix, and all courses are open to exchange students. Courses must be selected in 1 department only, and some graduate courses are taught in English, like biogeosciences, bioinformatics, integrative biology and physiology, structural biology, genomics, chemistry too, mathematics and applications, physics, and computer science. There is a minimum level in French and English required, B2 for French, if you want to attend lectures in French. Now we're going to talk about our Graduate School of Engineering. It's located on 2 campuses in Marseille, Château-Gambert and Luminy. It has 10 departments. 4 of them offer courses taught in English for exchange students. It's in biological engineering, biomedical engineering, mechanics and energy, microelectronics and telecommunication. It is the same as before. Courses must be selected within 1 single department. And if you want to attend courses in French, B2 level is required too. Now, let's talk about our Faculty of Arts and Humanities. It offers a very wide range of topics, from arts to educational sciences, literature, languages, linguistics, history, geography, anthropology, psychology, and philosophy. So it's very large. One important stress is that B1 level in French is required. 30 foreign languages are taught, including English studies and Asian languages departments. And to end with, I'll talk about our School of Journalism and Communication. It's ranked as top journalism school in France. It offers bachelor's, 3rd year, and master's degrees in journalism, communication, and digital media. And practical skills and modern facilities are enhanced. Some talks are also taught in English in the Master in Digital Information and Communication of Organizations and Media. and they're open to exchange students. So we've got a quite large offer of English taught courses in different faculties of our faculty, as you can see. We have now French classes for exchange students. These courses are free, and they're offered on 2 campuses in Aix and Marseille Saint-Charles. Tests are given before arrival to proceed on different levels, and afterwards, students can attend 30 hours per semester. These courses are face-to-face. They're offered in the evening for 3 hours, and they also are offered distance learning, 2 sessions per week, each for 1.5 an hour. And also students can benefit from self-study on Go Fluent online platform for 9 hours, and they can credit 4 ECTS per semester. And at the end, they can get a level certificate if they request to.
In AMU, every year we welcome international students. So we have an international relations office that organizes integration activities for students. Every year we welcome over 700 exchange students from all over the world. So traditionally we start each year with activities to help students to integrate into their university environment and the local community. And in the International Relations Office, we have a welcome desk. So before it was just 2 weeks or 1 month. Now it's like all the year. And we have a team that helps the students to give information about visa, insurance, health, housing, transport, activities, everything. And before departure, we help them to prepare their arrival. So we have some webinars like this. And upon arrival, we help them to settle in France at the university. We have personalized support with everything, all the administrative procedures. So if you came to AMU, we can help you with everything. You don't have to be worried about it. Sorry. Then something that is really important, it's here at Aix-Marseille University. There are no residents inside the campuses, but there are residents really close to it. And most of our exchange students stay in the nearby residence. So you, as international student, you can benefit from a pre-booking room, at one of the Cruz University residence. This residence, normally it's really near the campuses and offer single rooms with private bathrooms and toilets. There are shared common areas such kitchen, living room, and sometimes there are like game rooms or recreation games, also to some spaces to study. And if you don't want to stay in a cruise residence, it's up to you to find accommodation. So we have also some places where you can find housing, but it's really hard to find houses here in Aix or Marseille. So it's better and it's really cheaper if you take like this opportunity of our student residence. Normally you can have your own room with modern facilities for 255 euros per month. So it's really not expensive. If you find something like this in Aix, you can pay like 600 euros, maybe, and in Marseille, 500 euros. So it's really a good opportunity for you. We have also a university cafeterias with the cruise, and they offer low-cost meals for students in the restaurants and the cafeterias. So every day there are chefs that cooks fresh foods on site, and a standard meal includes a starter and main dish, dessert, and bread, and it costs 3 euros 30 for students with the student card. And it's really easy to find a place to eat. You can pay with your student card, named Easily. So you can have also like an app with the card. And normally it's really healthy. There are also cafeterias where you can find like sandwich or fruits, something to drink, coffee, everything like that. We have also the University Physical and Sports Activity Center. It's the sports services of Aix-Marseille University, and it's allow all the students to practice sports for free or at very low cost. It depends of the sports. You will have up to 2 free sports activities, and there are training courses and sports internship also. There are sports or activities like fitness, swimming, team sports, dance, yoga, climbing, sailing. It's like more than 80 sports. And you, to participate, you simply register online with your student account, and then you can attend the classes you choose. This will help you to find new people, enjoy sports, visit the region during your studies here. We have also many cultural activities on campuses. So we have the University Culture and Society Department, and it's possible to register free of charge for a lot of cultural activities. And with the student card, and if you're less than 26 years, you have reduced rates or free admission to cultural events at Aix or Marseille or in France in general. Normally, we have some questions about transportation. So here we have like a QR code for more information, but Aix-Marseille metropolitan area is covered by a large public transportation network. It includes buses, metro, tramway, boats, and in Aix-en-Provence, it's a network that calls Aix-en-Bus. So there are buses, lines, and trains. And Marseille, it's RTM, and Les Cars, it's to go from Aix-Marseille to Aix to Marseille. So normally you can pay 100 euros per year if you're under 26 years to have access to all the buses in the Aix region, or if you live in Marseille, because it's bigger and you can take like boats, ferries, metro, trains, it's like 220 euros per year. And for example, if you are here in Aix and you don't have like the subscription year, you can pay 2 euros for 24 hours to take the bus between Aix and Marseille. So it's really, really easy and not expensive. For the cost of living in the region, here are the main expenses students usually face in Aix-Marseille. So housing, it depends. Rent, if you're normally in a cruise residence. If not, they can be more than 450 euros. You have to pay a home insurance, a security deposit. Food, it's like 200, 300 euros. It depends on you. Transportation, it depends if you pay the year or if you pay each month. Internet, it's like 30, but we can find a phone. I think that there are some companies you can find for 5 euros, 10 euros per month. And health, more or less 15 euros. So if you want more information, we have a QR code with all the information. And here we have a QR code that sends you to our international page for international students. So here are our information, Sandra and me, our mail, if you have some questions. And I'm gonna show you, just wait. The page for international students. Just one moment. So, attaché. It's okay? You see my screen? Okay. So, for example, if you search in Google Aix-Marseille University or AMU, you will find this page. And here it's the international link. So here you will find like all the information about for international students. So here, English, you can put it in English. Discover AMU, our training offer. Normally it's here training catalog or exchange students core catalog in French or in English. Then we have also finding accommodation, like I told you. If you don't want to stay in a residence, the cruise residence, you can find also a residence. And here you have like every procedure and some, I think it's university exchange students. Here it's how do you get a room from cruise. And if not, here, finding accommodation, you will find all the links that where you can search for housing. Then we have also all the procedures. So how do you open a bank account, the health procedures, managing your budget. And we have also questions about visa registration, bank, cost of living, social aids. Our welcome services, like the welcome days, the integration activities each semester. Then we have also all the contacts. So I'm here from Exchange. Normally, this is your page. And here you have like all the information about the and the mail of each faculty. So normally, if you have questions in this international page, you can find everything. If not, you can send us an email, Sandra or me. And I don't know if you want to say something else, Sandra? No?
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to prepare this presentation and share information about the opportunities that you offer our students on your campuses in the south of France. So I'm going to give some time at the end for students to ask any questions they may have. But first, I want to take a few minutes to hear from Malingo, who is here with us on the Zoom and who had the opportunity to study at Aix-Marseille recently. So, Malingo, do you mind to start just by introducing yourself, telling us, your major and when you went to Aix-Marseille, as well as why you decided on Aix-Marseille among the options that exist?
Yeah, definitely. Hi, my name is Malingo. I am an economics major here at UCA. And last spring, I was in Aix-en-Provence studying at AMU. One of the reasons I chose AMU, first of all, Aix-en-Provence is just such a beautiful city. Like, it's gorgeous over there. The weather is so great. And because I am an economics major, AMU having um, economics classes, specifically in English, was very important to me because I went there with like very basic level French, and I wanted to get better with my French and like immerse myself in French culture, but I knew I couldn't study my classes in French. So AMU was just like a great choice that would give me the French culture, plus being able to actually take my classes in English and understand what I'm doing.
Awesome, that makes perfect sense. Can you talk a little bit about some of the differences that you noticed or some of the things that kind of make AMU and Aix-en-Provence different from what students are used to in Conway at UCA?
Yeah, definitely. I think the first shock that I had was like the class length. Classes are usually like around 3 hours over there, and I wasn't used to that. Like here at UCA, we have classes like more often, frequently in the week, and they're usually either like 50 minutes or an hour and a half. So starting off with those like 3 hour classes, that was definitely something I had to adjust to. But also I didn't have to go to class as many times in the week as I usually did. So it was a trade-off. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Another thing that I kind of had to adjust to, I think with American culture and maybe US culture, I was very used to having like faculty and staff very accessible at like all times. Like if I sent an email, like here in the US or at UCA, I can get a response in a relatively like quick time. And if I need to like be in contact with a specific like faculty member or like a professor and stuff, I could get a response relatively quickly. I did have to adjust to just being able to, I don't know, wait a little bit to get a response for something like that. So it definitely taught me like patience, and not everything has to be rush, rush. You can go slowly on some things.
Those are definitely big adjustments that we note from not only from you, but from other students that visit, different countries in Europe. What about differences or things that you enjoyed maybe about being in Aix-en-Provence? I know one thing that a lot of students mention is in Conway specifically, we're not a very walkable city by any means. So, how did you find kind of the city that you were in to be? Did you enjoy that aspect of being able to walk around and getting to kind of be right there in the hub of things very easily?
Yeah, no, it was absolutely great. Like I was not used to like being in a walkable city at all. So going from Conway, where you have to like use your car to get anywhere and everywhere, to not having a car but being able to get where I needed to get was really great. The transportation is really accessible in Aix-en-Provence, and they really do work with students to make it affordable. If I wanted to go to Marseille for 24 hours, I could just pay that €4 and I could get all the way there on the bus. And there was just always like I would walk to the grocery store and get my groceries. It's a very walkable city, and it's very safe. I felt very safe when I was in Aix-en-Provence, and especially for it being like the first time I was like solo traveling and I was in a country where I didn't know anybody at all, I felt very safe walking around and like being among the people.
Okay, one other question I have for you, Malingo, is about the residence halls. So, if I remember correctly, you did stay in the crew, the residence hall near campus. So, how did you find that experience to be, and what was similar or different to our campus accommodations here at UCA?
Yeah. Um, the cruise residence halls and like where I was staying, I would definitely say that it was very efficient. Like they put everything that I really needed, all the essentials in like a small space. I had a shower, they gave us a fridge, I had my bed, just all the essentials that you really need was in your small room, but there were still like of course a lots of other people around. Like I made lots of friends in the residence hall, like we'd walk to class together and all that stuff, so it was great to be around a lot of other students. I think one of the big differences between the residence hall maybe here at UCA and the ones in Aix-en-Provence and stuff is that there weren't really that many, like there weren't like RAs or anything like that, people really checking up on me. It was mostly when I came in, there was a like faculty member that like helped me in and stuff, and then when I left. But next to that, I didn't really have any interactions with anybody. It was pretty simple, like getting in and getting out for the housing. But yeah, it had the essentials and exactly like what you need for the short amount of time you're there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's definitely a different experience here. We have, so a lot of students, they use their RAs or their RCs for support with different things. Whereas when you're staying in these residence halls or even other accommodations in France, it's a much more independent experience. So it's almost like you're in a little tiny apartment. You don't have, those RAs or RCs kind of checking up on you in the same way. So that makes perfect sense. Well, I guess to wrap up, any highlights or like stories from your experience at Aix-Marseille that stick out to you and that will be ones that stick with you forever?
Yeah, no, definitely. I was the only American in like my program. I was in like the economics and management program, and I had this one professor. He was so funny. Since the class was in English, it was filled with a majority like international students, but there were also some like French students and stuff. And at the beginning of every class, he would like go through and he'd try to remember our names and the like countries we were from and all that stuff. And he would usually like kind of get it wrong, but since I was the only American, he always remembered, and it was very funny. He would say it in his like very thick French accent. He'd be like, Malinga from Arkansas, like, and he'd always remember mine, and all the other students would be like, "You always forget our countries," because it'd be like Germany or like Turkey or whatever, but you always remember where she's from. So that always kind of made me giggle.
That's super funny. It sounds like you had a good little classroom community, and what a cool experience to be in a group of like such a diverse group for classes. We obviously have a great international student population here at UCA, but certainly not on the same level that they have going on at AMU. So a really nice experience to kind of immerse yourself with students from all around the world. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us, Malingo, during this
No problem.
information session. Do you have anything else that you want to add about your experience, or if a student's thinking of going to AMU, any thoughts for them before we wrap up?
Yeah, no, I think it's a great option, like especially if you're used to growing up in the South. I feel like Southern France compared to like Northern France and maybe like the Paris areas, Southern France kind of has like a Southern US feeling. I feel like the people are nicer over there, you know? So I had a great experience over there. The weather was great. There was lots to do, lots to explore, and I felt really safe while I was over there. Those are my main takes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that.
No problem.
Okay, so I think just to wrap up, we can take a few minutes to answer any questions. So if you guys have any questions, anyone who's in the meeting, if you have questions, you're welcome to leave a question in the chat, and we can answer it that way. Or if you want to like turn on your mic and ask a question, either about AMU and the information that Andrea and Sandra shared with us, or about Molingo's experience. We have a couple of minutes to respond to questions. So please feel free to share any questions that you might have. I'll keep an eye on the chat while we do that.
I just wanted to say, Andrea, Sandra, good to see you again. Just been a few
Hi.
months since Sweden. But how can I sign up? I really need to get there. It is so beautiful. I've actually never been to France, and Dr. Bailey, he tells me that before he leaves, he needs to get me to France, and so I need to go visit you, particularly.
You're welcome
I
whenever
do.
you want.
I just want to say, Malingo, it makes me so happy to listen to you talk about the experience you had. Um, we don't always hear the great feedback that you gave us. But I want you to know I studied in Aix-en-Provence there back in 1983, right across from the cathedral. And now that building has been given over to business people, business program. But I was back there a year ago for a partnership meeting, and I told myself, boy, Bailey, that all the beauty of this place was wasted on you because I didn't understand. Maybe some of the sandstone has been cleaned up. It's prettier than it was when I was a kid. I don't know, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful place. And knowing that you appreciated it and had a good experience, that warms my heart. It's one of the first things I did in my new job was to try and reach a partnership agreement with Aix-Marseille. And so I don't send enough students there, but I take heart in knowing that you had a great time. So thanks for attending this and sharing your experience.
Yep.
And Ava Grace, I hope you'll be going there soon, eh? When you're
Um,
there, Ava, you need to have a pan banya, okay? And then one of their pizzas with just a little bit of tomato sauce, black olives, and anchovies. What is that, Sandra? I forget what that's called. It's not called pizza. There's
Pizza, how do you say?
c'est une sorte de pizza, mais c'est pizza aux olives noires et des anchois.
Un pissaladière. Pissaladière.
Saladière, yeah. Oh,
Yes,
that's good.
very nice.
if you needed
That's a good
another,
yeah.
if the information presented wasn't enough, it sounds like the cuisine is another reason to visit Aix-en-Provence in the south of
Yeah.
France. So, yeah, I think we
Yeah,
don't. Go ahead.
and for example, we are also really near from Italy or Spain and Switzerland. So, and it's really easy to travel here, you know. The distance, they're not the same like in the States. So, and it's cheaper also. So you can find like trains, buses, by plane. So it's a really great opportunity. And thank you, Malingo. It's really great to know also your experience. Because sometimes, no, like almost always, we don't have this feedback. We send some surveys to our students to know like the experience, but it's great to hear you and to know that everything it was good and that you like it. So thank you very much. It was great.
All right. Well, it looks like we don't have any questions from the audience, so we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Again, I just want to thank all of you for being here today and for sharing information and your experiences, and putting this information out there for our students. Like I said, we'll be sharing this recording on our YouTube channel and sharing it via social media so that students who maybe weren't able to attend this morning can watch this, and I'm sure they're going to get so much helpful information about the possibilities that exist at AMU. So thank you all again so much for joining and wishing you all a great rest of the day.